Alright, here's what the garden looks like overall. And then we'll show you little snippets. Here's what the peas look like. And then there's one that hasn't quite formed the peas yet. We've got new baby spinach coming up. And one of the cats ate a bird in here, so that's why there's feathers. Got some carrots peeking out there from the ground. They look pretty good. There's the potato plants. They're kind of all leaning over, and the leaves are drying up a bit. Here's our biggest cantaloupe. Doesn't look very cantaloupe-y until you look kind of towards the bottom, and it's starting to. Here's what they look like as little babies. Very fuzzy. So we got a few of those, but that's the biggest. Here's the zucchini and squash area. And we have some zucchini. I just picked one the other day. I like them to get a little bit bigger. There's some little squash hanging in there. Here we've got a couple smaller cucumbers. There's a bigger squash that I almost stepped on. There's a bigger cucumber in there. They're all kind of short and stout though. There's a little one. There's some very round ones. And we've got a little baby watermelon hanging on here. But on the outside, where is he? Oh, he's over there. Slightly bigger one growing. Don't see too many on the inside yet, but there's flowers. And in here we've got beans, which I need to pick again. But they're all in here. Here we've got some broccoli heads. I mean, they're getting there. But then some of them get so tall and want to flower, they're almost as tall as me, I'd say. There's one growing way in there. And we've got the second round of broccoli over here that are not quite as crowded, so maybe they'll do better. And then finally we have tomatoes, nice and green, but hanging in there. So hopefully they'll turn red at some point in their lives. Now I've walked over to the greenhouse, so let's take a look inside there. Here's what we've got at a full glance here. And of course these two here in front of me were the strawberries. But let's go back to these ones. So here we've got some beans just starting to come in. Not quite ready yet. Over here we should have plenty of tomatoes once they start turning. Like here you can see a whole bunch. Here looks like some tomato ones. One row was regular and one row was cherry tomato. But yeah, they're all hanging in there, so hopefully we'll be able to get in there and pick them. Here you can see our onions poking out of the ground. And this was supposed to be cauliflower, but I don't have much hope for it. Then we've got cabbage right beside it, and they're kind of starting to do a little something, I guess. Then we've got the big area of the squash. I picked a couple yesterday. There's definitely some growing in there. They were planted a couple weeks apart, I believe. So you should have some good rounds. Ew, there's a rotten one. Looks like a mouse. Some of the squash look like this, though, instead. So I'm not sure if I got a different kind or what's going on. Then for the sad, sad watermelon. But there's a baby on there. Do you see it? There's a baby. But it's so sad. Cucumbers on the side closest to me. Some are starting to get some flowers. Zucchini over there just looks sad, but it has a big flower. More cucumbers, looking better here. More cucumbers. Then up there we've got a little lettuce. And here we've got what I just planted last week, some more. You can kind of see it starting to come up a little bit. I think I planted some spinach up towards this end. Yeah, here's some spinach. And there's the lettuce. So that's pretty much the greenhouse and the garden. Over here, I also wanted to show these blackberries, which are awesome. They're huge. Look how big that is. And they don't even have thorns either. But it's behind our neighbor's house, so I want to see if they're doing anything with them. If not, I might try to work to get in here more, because they go all back in there. Yeah, here you can see how they're sticking out. No thorns. Amazing. And then over here, there's grapes. Actually, up there, can you see? Yeah, there you go, some grapes. So that's pretty cool.